All right, it's time to create a dbt project. Let's set up the Snowflake environment and create some databases. First, I will create a database inside my Snowflake. I will say create database and I will mention the database name. Let's say dbt tutorial. Cool. I will hit run and I had created the database. Okay. In this project, I am going to use the Snowflake sample data database and I am going to use the Snowflake provided table data. Okay, I will use line item and orders table and I will create some transformation based on these two tables, and we will create a new schema called dbt schema inside this dbt tutorial, and all the transformations, all our models will be sitting in that. Cool. Let's now move to dbt, and first thing first, I need to create the project. In order to do that, I will click on new project and I will name this as, let's say, analytics only. I'm okay with this name, and I will create the connection. As you already know that I had shown you how to create the connection. I have already a connection in my tab, but if you are creating first time, you need to click on add new connection. This will take you to the another window and you need to configure everything. Let's say you are having Snowflake and you need to configure all the details, and then you need to click on save and test the connection. Cool. But as of now, I am having my connection established from the previous demo which I had shown you, that is Snowflake dbt demo. I will use that connection only. Okay, and I will just change the schema this time to, let's say, dbt underscore schema. I will say it dbt underscore schema. Cool. And I will click on test the connection. Okay, and that's the success. Cool. I will click on the save option, and the next step I need to do is I need to set up my repository. This is also something which I had already told you how you can do that. In this project, I will just go with the managed one and I will name this as, let's say, Snowflake demo dbt. Cool. And I will click on create. Oh, I will name this as, let's say, Snowflake. I will name this as Snowflake demo dbt and I will click on create. And that's it, guys. Once I had created that Git repo as well, this window will appear. Now I will go to start developing in the studio. Cool. Studio is the one-stop place where we have all the things where we develop our models, create our macros, create our test, everything we do inside the studio. Okay. And once the window is open, you will see an option called initialize dbt project. Okay, I will click on this initialization and it will automatically create all the required folders for me. Okay, let's wait for a second. Now I am able to see all the required folders inside my main directory. And first thing, I will go to this models. Okay, and I will delete one default directory, that is example. Okay, I will delete it. I don't want this. I am going to create my own directories, so I'm going to delete it. That's the first step I'm going to do. Once this is done, I will introduce two new folders inside my models. Okay, first, let's say I will create staging, and second folder I will create is Marts. Okay, let's create that as well. I will say Marts and I will click on create. And now inside my models, I am having two directories, Marts and staging. And as you know that if I create any kind of models inside these directories, all the models by default will be creating as a view, right? But as you already know that there are limitations with views, or there is a possibility that you don't want everything as a view. You might want a lot of things as tables. So what I will do is I will create staging as views and I will mention Marts as tables. In order to do that, I need to go to my dbt project, and here I will just remove this example and I will say it's Marts. Okay, because in Marts we will create table. I will copy paste this one and I will just change the Marts to staging, and that's it, guys. That's it. We had configured the directory Marts with materialization as table and directory staging with materialization as views. Oops, I hadn't mentioned here views. Yeah, now we had configured. Perfect. Till this, we are very clear. We had created two folders. We had figured the connection between Snowflake and dbt as well. We had created the database as well. And we know that we need to use the Snowflake sample database, which is default database provided by Snowflake, and we are going to use schema called TPCH, SF1 schema or whatever, and we will be using few tables out of this, transform and create the models, right? So obviously, as I mentioned, we need to create the YAML file first, right, which will understand that we are actually using the sample data and this schema and this table, right? Let's create that as well. In order to do that, I will create this sample YAML inside my staging. Let's say, what is my schema name? Schema name is TPCH. I will name this as TPCH only. TPCH underscore sources dot YAML. Cool. And I will click on create option. And now I am going to write the YAML code for that. Okay. First thing in the YAML code, we mention version, anything 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 2. And then we start with the sources. Now, next thing is inside sources, I will create a name. Okay. And name, I will mention, let's say TPCH only, let's say. Okay. It will be helpful for us to remember. And after hyphen, we need to add some space as well. And TPCH is done. Next thing, I will mention a database. Okay, and inside the database, I need to mention the actual database name. My actual database name is Snowflake sample data. I will copy paste this one. Okay, and I will paste it here. And then I need to mention schema as well, right? Schema. What is the schema name? TPCH underscore SF1. Let's write that as well. TPCH underscore SF1. Perfect. Now inside that, I will also mention my tables, and the first table name I want is my orders table. Okay. And the columns which I am interested to see here is my order key. The second table I want is line item table. And the columns which I need to mention, I need to take care of indentation. And then I will mention the columns, let's say L order key. Okay. L order key. And that's it, I guess. Okay. Let me do the indentation of that. So that's the TPCH sources.yaml file, and now my dbt knows from where it needs to pull what. Okay, I will just save this file as well. Now we had created our TPCH sources.yaml file. It's the very time to go and create some models. Okay, I will quickly go to my staging and I will create a new file and I will name this as order.sql. Okay, I will go here and I will say order.sql. And I will click on create. Okay. And as you know how to create models, I will quickly go and I will mention select and few columns I will pull. And I will say I need to pull this from source, right? And I will mention my source name, which is TPCH, as we had just created. And I will mention my table name, which is orders. Cool. And I am going to pull some column. For that, I am going to skip this part. I will quickly pull the columns and come back. All right, I had pulled all the required columns. Now I will hit save button and I had saved my this order.sql. Now I will go and create one more model and I will name this as line item.sql. Okay, and I will click on create. And here also I will mention the same. I will pull some columns from my source and I will name this as TPCH and I will say line item. So now I had pulled all the columns for line item as well. I will click on Control S and I had saved my line item as well. Okay. And this is the very beautiful lineage I am able to see for line item, and same thing I should be able to see for orders.sql as well. See guys, I really love this interface. This is the one of the reason I really love working on dbt. We had created two models. It's the very time to go and create one macro as well, right? So as you can see that the models are having some kind of value, some kind of amounts. So why don't we create something on, let's say, discount? Okay, so let's create a discount amount. I will go here, I will click and I will name this as, let's say, discounted amount, and I will click on create. Cool. And as you know, in order to create macro, we need to use Jinja. And whenever we start Jinja, we need to end Jinja. I will say macro, and I have started the macro and I need to end the macro as well. I will say end macro. Cool. And I need to mention the name of macro as well. I will say discounted underscore amount. Okay, you can mention any name, it's fine. I also need to pass some parameters. First parameter I will be passing is extended price, and second parameter I am going to pass is discounted percentage. From where I am getting this? This is from where I am getting this extended price and discount percentage. And I also want to pass a one more variable, which is scale, and I will use this in my calculation. I will show you. Here I will mention my actual logic, and I will say -1 into my extended price multiply by my discounted percentage, and I want to limit this as decimal up to 16 comma the scale which I had mentioned. Cool. So this macro is going to calculate the discounted amount, and I will just save this macro, Control S, and my macro is also saved. Now it's the very time to create my final table. Okay, and for that I am going to use my Marts. I will click here and I will click on the file and I will create a new file. Let's say order items.sql, and I will create it. Perfect. So here also I will first mention select, and I will mention few columns, and then I need to pull the columns from referencing of my order table, which I name that as orders, and I need to join this with my line item. Okay, so I need to refer from that table as well. I will say line item, and then I will name this as, let's say, line item, and I need to join on the basis of orders dot order key is equal to line item dot order key, right? Perfect. Till that we are clear. And let's say order by as well. Let's order by this by orders dot order date. Perfect. Now it's time to pull some columns. Okay, I will just mention ABC. I will pull that, but I don't want to waste your time, so I will skip that part. But I want to help you understand how we are going to use this discounted amount macro inside my model. Okay, in order to do that, I will again use double curly braces and I will mention my discounted amount macro name. This is my name which I am going to pass, and it is asking for two parameters, so I need to pass here two parameters. It's very similar to the Python functions, so I will mention both the parameters. First is my extended price and second is my discount percentage. Cool. And I will name this as, let's say, item discount amount. Perfect. Now I will skip this and I will come back with all the columns. I had pulled all the required columns, and now you know how you can use macro inside the models, right? I will just save this file. Now it's the very time to create test scripts. I will create both kind of test scripts, generic as well as singular. So I will go to my model and I will go to my marts, and here I will create a new file name, let's say oi.yaml. Okay, and I will hit create, and inside this file I will write my generic test script. I had written my generic test scripts, and here I am going to check everything on my order items model, and I am going to check for three columns whether the order key is not null, line number is not null, and item discount amount is not null. You can also check the relationships if you want, but as of now I'm just going to check these three things in the generic one. And as you know, generic support 4 kind of tests, and this is one of the tests, and you can just mention all 4, 1, 2, 3, whatever you need. So I'm going with this one only as of now. So this is my generic, and let's create the singular test as well. In order to do that, I will go to my test folder and I am going to create a singular test based on this discounted amount. Okay, so I will create a test with the discounted amount. So okay, I will create a file name as, let's say, assert discount is reasonable.sql, and I will hit create. And now here I will again mention a select, and I will pull few columns, and I will do this test on my order items table. Okay, I will mention this here, order underscore I will mention this here, order underscore items. Cool. And what test I want to see is if my discount is greater than, let's say, the extended price, right? That is a buggy entry, right? I cannot afford to have that entry inside my reporting layer, right? So I need to immediately throw that error that there is something which is fishy. This is what I am going to check. If my discounted amount is greater than my extended price, I will fail this test, and I will pull few columns and I will quickly fast forward here. And yeah, now I had pulled the other few columns as well. I will click on Control S and I will save this file. And once my files are saved, it's the very time to review what we had done till now. We had created two models, then we had created one more model in the Mart schema, which is going to our table. We had created a macro which is referencing to this model, and we had also created two tests. Those are generic and singular test as well. And it's the very time that we should go and commit our changes. Okay, so I will click here, commit to new branch, and I will say it's my initial commit. Okay, and I will commit my changes. And perfect, I had committed all my changes. Now it's time that I go to my orchestrations and I create a orchestration. For that, I first need to create the environment. I will click on orchestration. I will go to my environments and I will create one environment in which this orchestration is going to run. As of now, I am having the development environment, but I am going to create the production environment. Okay, so I'm clicking here. I will name this as, let's say, Snowflake dbt prod. Okay, and I will create a profile. I will click here. I will create a new profile. I will name this as Snowflake dbt demo, and I will use my existing credentials, and I will go and mention the schema name. My schema name is dbt underscore schema. I will mention here, and I am going to test the connection. Connection looks okay. And now I will create this profile. And then I will assign this profile to myself. I will click assign profile, and this is done. Now I will just go and save this environment. And once the environment is saved, I will go to my orchestration. I will go to jobs and I will click on the create job. Now I will go on deploy job. And here I will mention my job name. Let's say my job name is YouTube dbt models run. Okay. And now here I will mention other commands than dbt build. I need to run dbt run command, and I also need to run dbt test command. Okay, and I also want to generate the documentation with this. Okay, I will click on this link as well, and there are some additional settings if you want. I am not going to touch it anything. I am okay with these things, and I am going to click on save. So now if I go to the settings, I missed a point to show you the schedules. Okay, you can schedule the job as well. If you click on run on schedule, you can schedule based on the intervals whenever you want to run your job. I am not going to schedule anything as of now. I'm going to cancel this one, and I am going back to this job. Okay, I will click here. I will go back to my jobs, and I will open this YouTube demo, and I am going to run this job. Let's see if this runs or anything fails. Hopefully there should be no surprises. Okay, so it invoked my dbt, it cloned the git, it created the profile, it invoked the dbt. Let's say if this runs or not. Hopefully it should run. Perfect. It had ran all my 3 models, and it had also successfully passed all the tests. Let me show you that. See guys, all the 4 tests are passed. And if I click on this dbt run, you will see all the 3 models ran successfully. It's the very time that I go to my Snowflake and I refresh my Snowflake, and I should see everything. I am in my Snowflake. I am going to refresh it. And here you go guys. I am having the table as well. I am having views as well. And all my tests got passed, and everything is in the perfect shape. This is how you can create and work with dbt real world projects. Cool. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will paste all these codes inside the description box. You can go and download and try. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.